If if you're watching this, there's a good chance you already did the hardest part. You left. Or you reduced contact, or you finally saw the truth clearly enough to step back. And yet, something still has a hold on you. You might be asking yourself, why does this still hurt if I know better? Why do I still think about them? Why does part of me still hope? I want you to hear this clearly. I want you to hear this very clearly. If the bond still feels active, it does not mean you failed. It means you're dealing with invisible hooks, not the person. Trauma bonds don't survive because the other person is present. They survive because the nervous system was trained. Your body learned detachment under stress, connection under unpredictability, relief after chaos. So when the chaos stops, your system doesn't celebrate. It doesn't celebrate. It panics. This is why silence can feel louder than abuse ever was. This is why calm silence can feel wrong. This is why you can leave physically, but still feel trapped emotionally. And this, regrettably, is the point where many survivors turn on themselves. They start saying to themselves, I must still love them. I must not be strong enough. I should be over this by now. No, I'm going to tell you something. I am going to tell you something right now that's going to hit you so deep. What you're experiencing is not weakness, it's conditioning. And conditioning doesn't, let me repeat that. Conditioning does not respond to willpower. It responds to safety, repetition, and regulation. This week, we're talking about the invisible hooks, the things that keep the trauma bond alive after you left. Because once you name them, believe it or not, they lose their power. So let's talk about the hooks, and let's talk about them quietly and honestly. The first one is hope. Hope feels harmless, even beautiful. But in trauma bonds, hope often becomes the last chain. The hope that they'll change, the hope that they'll finally understand, the hope that one day it will all make sense. That kind of hope, it keeps you paused. It keeps your nervous system oriented toward a future that has no evidence. No evidence whatsoever, that potential thing. The second hook is memory. Your mind replays the good moments on a loop. The laughter, the closeness, the moments that felt real. This isn't denial, it's survival. Your brain is reaching for relief to soften the loss. But relief is not the same as safety. See, when memory becomes selective, it pulls you backward instead of grounding you in truth. The third hook is guilt. See, guilt shows up when you stop carrying what was never yours. See, you were trained to manage their emotions, their reactions, their instability. So, when you choose yourself, guilt rushes in and it says, you're selfish, you're cold, you're wrong. That guilt is not morality. It's not. It's conditioning. It is conditioning. Then, of course, there's the identity hook. When the bond ends, there's space. There's a whole bunch, it's like a void. And that space can feel so very terrifying. Not because you're empty, because you were enmeshed. The chaos-filled emotional real estate. When it's gone, the quiet feels very, very unfamiliar. And finally, the nervous system hook. After long-term chaos, your body stays alert, scanning, waiting for the next fire drill. See, at this stage, peace can feel suspicious, or as the kids say, it can feel suspect. Stillness can feel unsafe. But, and this is a huge but right here, but that doesn't mean something is missing. It means your body is learning safety again. Every one of these hooks lives below conscious thought. That is why insight alone doesn't break the bond. And that brings us to the most important part. The most important part. Here is the shift that changes everything. See, you don't break a trauma bond by hating the other person. You don't break it by arguing with your thoughts. You don't break it by forcing strength. You break it by teaching your nervous system that it is safe without chaos. That's it. See, healing happens when calm becomes familiar, when your body no longer associates peace with danger, when urgency loses its grip. This, my good friend, this is why so many people feel stuck after doing everything right. See, they left, but they never stabilized. They understood, but they never regulated. They had clarity, but no structure to support the body catching up. See, this is where gentle, intentional support matters. Some people need personal clarity, a grounded space to untangle what they're feeling without being told what to do. See, that's why I offer one-on-one empath clarity Zoom sessions. Not therapy, not fixing, just truth and reflection. And of course, nervous system aware guidance. And let me tell you something. Some people need a step-by-step process, something they can return to when the hooks activate, when the urges hit, when the memories loop. That's exactly why the trauma bond exit protocol exists. Not to rush you, definitely not to shame you, and not trying to sell you motivation, but to help your body unlearn what it had to memorize to survive. You don't have to do everything at once. You don't. You don't. It takes time. And you know what? The reality is you don't have to decide today. But you do deserve support that understands what you're actually dealing with. If this video resonated, if you felt seen instead of judged, that's your body recognizing truth. And truth, practiced gently, that's how the chains finally loosen. You're not behind. You're really not. And you're definitely not broken. You're definitely not broken. You're learning how to be free safely. With that being said, no more chains. Keep healing. Stay powerful. And you already know the reason why I do everything that I do. Love you guys.